A very good evening to all our viewers. Welcome to Bethany TV for Health. My name is Dorothy. It is the 9th of September 2023. I'm still going to say August. Well, welcome to the show. It is a beautiful Saturday. And on the sad note, I would like to convey our condolences to people in Morocco who have faced a terrible, terrible earthquake. But I mean, we shall send our condolences to everyone who has a relative, a friend, or someone they know who's there in, facing such trauma. Well, today, in the studio, I do have a counselor. This is the second time I'm hosting her. And today we'll be talking about understanding and managing suicidal thoughts. Now, there are days, there are months, each and every day someone is, committing a suicidal attempt in each country or each part of the world. But today we need to tackle and create awareness of how we can prevent this. Well, this day was created on 10th of September, but we decided to, as Bethany TV, why don't we create awareness today and let people know that meanwhile, there is World Prevention Day for suicidal, and we have a counselor, Jovia Tugumisirize, who will be explaining more and more about this. Welcome to the show.
Thank you, Dorothy.
Introduce yourself once more again.
Good evening, viewers. You're welcome. Thank you for listening. I'm Jovia Tugumisirize. I'm a counseling psychologist. I've been invited here to talk about suicide, how to prevent. Tomorrow is a World Suicide Prevention Awareness Day, so that everyone should know that suicide is a threat at present.
Okay. Now that we have talked about creating awareness, what should you do if someone is, about to attempt a suicidal act?
First of all, we have to know what is suicide.
Most people believe they know, but
they know. Okay, suicide is just when somebody feels that has nothing to do in the world. It is the end. He feels like death can relieve that person from pain. This pain we are talking about, it is not like a physical pain, but an inner pain, emotional pain that basically is related to intimate ones. Intimate ones, meaning that they are sections of intimacy.
Okay.
Yeah. What
are those sections of intimacy? As we shall be proceeding as well.
Okay.
You could share with us.
There is psychological intimacy. One can get somebody to share with the fears, the insecurities, communicate with. Yeah.
Okay.
That is psychological.
Are there others?
Oh,
there is social
intimacy. There is social intimacy. There's somebody you can chat with, joke, laugh, and so on and so forth. These can be friends. This can be workmates. Somebody that can trigger your happiness.
Best friends.
Yeah, best friends. Yeah. They can be your siblings. It can be your spouse. That can be social intimacy. It can be your parents. There is intellectual intimacy. This is a person whom you can share thoughts and beliefs with. What do I mean by thoughts and beliefs? Thoughts and beliefs is maybe ideas that I think I can do this. The person that will not put you down, that even can you do this?
Yes.
The person that can give you motivation that, this thing you can do. Even if you see that you can't, you are somewhere not to get there, but you can say, Jovia, you can do it. You can do it.
Okay.
That is intellectual intimacy. Then there is celebrity intimacy. This is whereby you can get a friend whom you can confide with your problems. It can be a man, but you don't violate your what? Your values. What do I mean? It can be a woman. When you are a man, it can be a woman. But violating values just means if you add in another intimacy area, for example, like if it is a woman and I get a man who's a friend I can share all my problems with, and I feel this man says that, okay, gives me solace by helping me emotionally. Yes. Then by violating is when sex enters intimacy. That is violating your celibate intimacy.
Wow.
Then there is also emotional intimacy. Intimacy, that is somebody who can tell your feelings, somebody you trust.
That's like a counselor?
A counselor can be in, like your pastor, like
someone you confide in.
Somebody like these feelings, they are inner feelings you cannot even tell your parents. To some parents, you can tell. Because you can tell one parent, you cannot tell another parent.
Yes, true.
Depending on that emotional attachment you have.
Okay.
You can tell your father when you are emotionally connected. You can tell your mother, or you can tell your auntie. Somebody who cannot put out your secrets.
Wow, thank you so much, Councillor Jovia. Now that you've told us the types of intimacy, psychological intimacies that are going on, now that I have a friend, a sister, who could come and tell me, you know what, the last resort is committing suicide. What should that person do? Because I believe we always have the people that we talk about and we say, no, let's try this. But you as a counsellor, what is that message you pass on and say, if someone came to you and said they want to commit suicide, what can they tell them? It is rare to say somebody say, I want to commit suicide. Counsellor, people have posted on social media.
Okay, they post.
Yes. But
coming to me that, you see, I want to commit suicide.
Yes.
Oh, you can come. And specifically I ask, in order to help somebody,
yes,
you have to first look into the personal needs at that moment. What are those needs? What are those wants that have covered the needs?
Okay.
You have to give a difference between the needs and the wants. This very, very person might be wanting, a
smartphone.
Maybe a smartphone. Okay?
Yes.
And the parents will not buy the smartphone.
Very true.
Now, all the peers have a smartphone. And this person will look at herself as she cannot manage. You see? Now, what will she do? She'll get a friend, somebody to give her a smartphone in exchange of her body.
Yes.
But that's not friendship. At the end of the day, down the road, this person will regret.
Very true.
Maybe this person was born again, and because there was this want, this need. It is not a want, this need, because a smartphone at that moment, she needs, maybe she's a student, she needs it for coursework, and she has put in her body for
to get it.
To get a smartphone.
Yes.
Okay? Guilt comes in. Shame comes in. They start demanding. As they demand, you start finding yourself not worth being within your circle of peers. Maybe your friends have known, and they are trying to criticize you. Why did you do this? Maybe you get pregnant. Maybe you are born again and you are pregnant. Nobody can tell. You find that chino chive parents, how would they hear? Shame, guilt have come in. Now you start isolating yourself. One of the most significant things in any suicide thoughts, side of thoughts, is isolation. Because somebody, when has those suicidal thoughts,
they isolate themselves.
They isolate themselves, in fact, without even knowing.
Okay.
Yeah.
Now someone is noting down.
Is noting down.
Yes.
Yeah. You start looking at yourself as, now you mean I'm no longer a girl? Oh, I'm in a marriage which I never planned for. And it affects
It does.
Your emotional area, your whole self, and well-being.
Now that you've understood the needs, what else can show that this person may do something?
This person will be sharing about people who died, talking about this. This is the only topic that will come in. Talking about this, finding a way, how do people die? What do they use? The things.
Yes. So people should be worried with people who come and tell us they have lost another person. Should be a worry. If someone came and started sharing their people that they have seen that are dead, people should be worried.
They should be worried?
Worried.
Yes.
If I came and shared with you, and then I'm giving more examples about someone that has passed on, it should be a worry.
I would ask you, how do you look at it in your own perspective? Then you tell me how you look at it.
Okay.
What would you have done if it were you?
What would you do?
What would you do? Then she'll talk about it.
Okay.
Then I'll get that point that is more crucial. By that time, I will be looking for her direction, because I'll be centered. I'll be client centered. So where she drives me, that's where I'll look. I'll get a point.
Okay.
A point especially about death, in connection with a need. Yes.
Okay.
By the time you talk about something, you have connection with it.
Sure.
You can't just talk about something.
Now what if I see her posts or his posts on Facebook?
On Facebook, there is a call for community. That's how community comes in, as a friend, and you talk about the counselor. And you say that, let's go and see the counselor. Or you report. If you see that it is suicidal, it is good to report.
Okay.
And we take the
over.
person to rehabilitation center.
Is suicidal predictable?
Predictable?
Predictable.
Predictable,
Can
yeah.
you predict it?
Yes. When a person does in isolation, somebody doesn't want to eat, want to sleep a lot. You see that somebody is very shabby, wants to be shabby, is no longer wanting herself for himself. You can predict it.
Okay. Well, you're still watching Health and Wellness on Bethany TV, and today we are talking about suicidal and suicidal thoughts. How can we manage them? Students are at home. Some people are going through hard times, but guess what? Let's have hope. That's something you told me.
That's the most important thing.
Hope.
Hope.
Okay. Now, another thing. Why do people attempt suicide?
There are many things. There are predisposing factors. Some are not aware of them. For example, if I can bring in why I chose to work
As a counselor.
As a counselor in my area of mothers. Predisposing factors, basically, with postpartum depression. Postpartum depression is that feeling that comes in after you have given birth. Even before. They are also caused by many things, specifically needs. You know, when you have an intimate one and you expect something from this person, and this person is putting you down,
Yes.
you lose interest in everything. You think you have lost value. When somebody doesn't find value in you, you find life is meaningless.
Yes, true.
Yes. So you can do anything. So these individuals, you can abuse, substance abuse. They can go into selling themselves, sex workers. And you see sex workers are not these people who never went to school. We find graduates are there. They have lost interest in themselves.
Yes.
They have lost hope. They have lost value because one person did it. First of all, I was talking about postpartum depression. When we give birth, when these mothers give birth, I normally do ward round. There's where we find that the mother is concentrating on herself, on her pain.
When am I going back in shape?
In shape. Well, yeah, those whom you find there, they have no connection with the child. The child is there, and even giving the breast, she just does like this to make sure. So you have to teach
how to hold
the breast, and you teach that you are giving this person everything through the breast. And normally, a time when the husbands are there, because the husbands are the most important people.
Yes.
Men are the key in the house. If a man doesn't understand, the whole house doesn't understand. Because it is the son we are looking at. And he's the one who can change environment.
Yes, true.
So if this man has got a chance of being taught that you have the energy to improve your home, to put value in your child.
Yes.
Whatever you give to that wife of yours here
helps the child.
Will help the child. She will give through breastfeeding because her thoughts will be good. Okay?
Men nowadays want us to understand.
I get them in the ward. When they have come, I said, this is not the last day.
Yes.
You have to move, at least for the first 5 years, leave football. There's one I told, and he laughed. Not to watch Arsenal, just leave it. At least this is your Arsenal. He laughed. I said, you have to be here.
That is nice.
Because there is A, B, C, D, E, F, G.
Okay.
You know, like pregnancy and giving birth are the most stressful transitions in life. So when a woman gives birth, part of herself is taken off.
True.
So you need somebody to bring it back. Now when you go to watch Arsenal, you are too busy at work because you are making money.
Yes.
At times it affects me and it will affect the child.
The child, yes.
And when it affects the child, we have heard that so many women have committed suicide. There are people who have done this research of women committing suicide because they developed depression. And which rendered them to depression, adult depression.
Apart from the mothers, what other?
The mothers. Even the children, in adolescent, they find it there.
Okay.
They are the ones who are vulnerable to those behavioral acts, funny behavior acts.
Okay.
Yes.
So when the mother doesn't look after this child, psychologically they continue being neglected as they're growing.
Children will immediately feel the neglect. And when it is consistent, the energy of being neglected will have a feeling of rejection. So this, when you have it inside you,
yes,
this child, when he goes to peers, still, while you know, there is what they call nature and nurture. Okay? Nurture at least can help on the nature.
Yes.
Nature is when the child is inside, it has innocently is there. And when it's there, depending on how you hold this child, depending on the sounds is sitting around it, around him or her, on the communication, effective communication or dysfunctional family.
Yes.
That the child will get empowered to hope, having hope, valuing himself or herself, finding meaning and purpose, because has been hearing this word from the parents. Oh, you can do well. You can do well here. You are like this. You are like this.
Not the other words.
Not the other words.
So what are those common methods used
Of
a suicide?
Some can hang themselves. Some can take overdose. It is very common now for women now when we are giving medicine, especially for depression. We come and give you one tablet. The psychiatry, for us, we don't give counseling psychologists.
Yes.
The psychiatry gives you the dose for the day, for that very time.
Okay.
And he comes in and gives you, because you are not normal. Depression is a mental health disorder
As well.
Yeah.
Okay.
And research has at least come out with underlying comorbidities of suicide, depression, anxiety. Anxiety, that is the feeling somebody who is always you are in
Panic attack.
panic, you are fearing, you are worrying, my business will not, my business, so maybe I will not pass, always you are in such situation.
Bugu bugu.
Bugu bugu. So this person doesn't know that is harming the mental health. And without mental health, no health. And to affect the body, research has said, with so many diseases, like diabetes, those things are coming in.
Wow.
And when you go on drugs, so many drugs of diabetes, at the end of the day, you might get tired of drugs. Say, let me go.
Well, you're still watching Health and Wellness on Bethany TV for Health. Dorothy is my name. Councillor Jovia Tugumi-Sirize is here in the studio. Now, this day was created on the 10th of September, and this year's theme is creating hope through action. Speaking about hope.
Action.
Through action.
Through action.
Yes.
Like I said, me as a counseling psychologist, I have to assess the individual, specifically aiming at looking at the needs of this person and the values of this person. These values, this person has to find value in himself. It is only value that can bring a sense of self.
Wow.
Oh,
I'm worth it.
I'm worth it. So when is motivated, we look for individuals who can encourage him, that motivation of those values which he has said. Then we also look at, we all have limitations.
We do.
We do. The strength of this person. You know, these people who commit suicide, most cases they look at their limitations.
You mean by limitations? What do you mean?
Looking at them, I don't think I can.
You can give an example.
An example.
If someone is at work and they have been given a task and they have failed.
They have failed. Defending yourself or being confident in front of your
manager,
manager or supervisor or employer, and you express yourself and your limitations, inabilities, reasons why you didn't do this or you didn't finish. And maybe you explain that
You can do better.
you can do better.
Wow. Having hope.
That is giving hope to a person.
Yes.
You encourage this person that with that small thing, that small element you have in yourself, that small value, at times they don't know that they have a value. A value starts from a small thing.
Okay.
Like you say that, Jovia, you can talk on TV. Well, why can't I? I said, oh, that's why I can talk.
I can do it.
I can do it.
Yes.
That's a value.
Okay.
Yes.
All right. We are going to take a short commercial break, and when we come back, I will ask who's at the risk of having suicidal thoughts. Let's go for a break. We'll be back.
Bethany TV for health. Are you ready for this good news? You can now watch Bethany TV on your TV, AfroMobile, and Airtel TV apps. Yes! Catch the finest programming prescription for everybody, wherever you are, whenever you are. Bethany TV for health.
Health Minutes on Bethany TV.
Germs can spread from person to person or from surfaces to people. Washing hands can keep you healthy and prevent the spread of germs, as well as protect vulnerable populations who are more susceptible to infections, such as young children and the elderly.
The purpose of hand washing is to clean hands, to remove dirt, minimize on microorganisms, and also to prevent crossover of infections from one person to another.
When can you wash your hands?
Washing hands depends on your setting. If you're in a hospital setting, you should always wash your hands before and after touching the patient. Preparing equipments to work on the patient, you should wash hands before. In a home setting, you should wash hands before eating.
To properly wash your hands, wet them with clean running water. Apply soap and lather for at least 20 seconds, making sure to scrub all surfaces of your hands, including between your fingers and under your nails. Rinse your hands thoroughly with running water and dry them with a clean towel or air dryer. If you are unable to wash your hands with soap and water, use an alcohol-based hand sanitizer that contains at least 60% alcohol.
Better healthcare for a better tomorrow. That was the Health Minute.
Introducing Bethany TV, the pioneer health and wellness channel in Uganda and Africa, having a profound commitment to health and wellness. Our content takes various forms, from music and series to documentaries, talk shows, news, features, movies, cartoons, and reality shows. We are a hybrid station available on free-to-air and pay platforms, embracing the digital age as we maintain a strong online presence through our website, social media platforms, and mobile apps. Explore our rich and diverse content, engage with us on social media, and be a part of the positive change we aim to bring to the health and wellness landscape. Bethany TV for health. Growing and multiplying.
Father, we thank you that as we've master joined our faith on this earth, whatever
Touching those close and beyond, the Word of God ministered, lives changed.
Our God made a way for the children of Israel and they made it to the promised land.
the day of salvation, and today is a day of freedom for you in Jesus' name. If you believe it, say amen.
We celebrate the resurrection because Jesus is alive.
It's a brand new day. Here we go, we say it's a brand new day.
Never miss the Watoto Sunday service every Sunday, 10 to 11:30 a.m. live on Bethany TV for health. Wake up to a healthy start every morning, burning those calories. Every Friday and Saturday morning, 5:30 a.m. with R. Sima. It's the Body Hit here on Bethany TV for health.
Even in rain time, it is not an excuse.
Bethany TV for health.
Welcome back from that commercial break. You're still watching Bethany TV Health and Wellness, which airs every Saturday from 8 p.m. to 9 p.m. My name is Dorothy, and today we are trying to understand and management of suicidal thoughts. Every 10th of September was dedicated, or this month of September was created to create more awareness about suicidal prevention, that people can be there. And we can prevent one another for this from this act. Now in the studio, I do have Councillor Jovia Tugumisirize from Bethany Women's Hospital, and we were still talking about the hope part, the ability for one to always find that strength that pushes them back, to become better and become productive at work or at home. Now, before we went for a commercial break, I said, who we would like to discuss who are the people that are on the high risk of having these suicidal thoughts.
Basically, everyone. Yes.
Before we used to think men.
Everyone currently, because before COVID, it was different.
Yes.
Before COVID, there was also a problem of credit crunch, lack of money, and then it adds to COVID, pandemic, all those were disturbing our minds. Now when minds are disturbed, no health, many diseases were coming in, expectations were cut down, communication were distorted, specifically in the homes, and people who are not used to staying at home, there's some home environment not good, or good. It was a two-way. I can't say it was only one side. But what is very, very important, all of us, like the president said, 14 million Ugandans are mentally ill. And the mental illness is increasing. And when people are mentally ill, they are vulnerable to committing suicide at one point when they are not helped. Yes. Because it is suicide is related to mental illness, which is underlying the real act. These people who commit suicide, most of them will have gone through rehabilitation.
Really?
Yeah, most of them.
Most of them.
Not all of them. Those who got chance will have gone through. Yes, and they were assessed, everything was okay, they were cleared. But a trigger came. A trigger can be anything. Everybody has a trigger, which is different.
Yes, true.
What triggers you doesn't trigger me.
True.
So that's where my emphasis goes back to personal. Personal awareness, knowing your strength, your limitations. You can't do it alone.
Very true.
You are helped by so many areas in the church. Spiritually, you have to know there's somebody above us who can help, who can intervene. Those Christians can know there is Jesus Christ. Muslims can know there is Allah. and others and others. So those people within also your personal belief. What do I mean? You are, let me say I'm a Protestant, I've decided to go to a total church. So when I go there in as if I'm running away,
Yes.
and I'm not given liberty by my significant ones, it also disturbs my mind. People who commit suicide are not only those who take drugs. No way. No.
Anyone can be affected.
Anyone. Because they talked of women being 13%, those who did research.
Okay. The number is big.
It is big.
It is big.
It is big.
Yes.
Even children from 10 years to 19 years, there's a certain percentage which I cannot remember.
Yes.
So everyone. And in the elderly now, it is increasing.
Elderly, what do you mean?
The elderly, I mean the adults, it is increasing
It is.
because of many things.
Economic,
because
social.
of job loss, financial constraints, whatever, so many things. So suicide, before, it was like for once you could hear somebody and say, oh, that one. But now, we have to come in. We have to come in and listen to our children, and listen to our friends. Yes, we listen. We observe them. We observe ourselves because we're not different.
Bosses need to hear this. You know, bosses tend not to listen to the
and
employers.
Bosses are in the worst situation, by the way. No, I'm not saying that they are in the worst situation.
Yes.
Why? They are handling a lot on their heads.
Very true.
You are handling this, you are handling this, you are handling that, you are handling the family. So they have a lot. So the landmark is managing stress. That's point number one.
That was my next question. How do we manage?
You have to look at your stress point. This one stresses me. Just address it.
By writing.
By writing. Something if you don't write it, by the way, it gets out of your way, and you think it has gone out, but it has gone to prepare itself in the mind and get ready to come out differently.
Very true.
Once a negative thoughts, we help you through cognitive therapy.
Yes.
To identify those negative thoughts that continuously coming in your mind. Always write them down. Write the time at which they have come in. Write and see why is this passing here? Why is this one? Then it doesn't define you. It doesn't define me. Then I can consult a counselor.
Okay.
And counselors, we are many. They are spiritual counselors. They are professional counselors who can help you to identify your strength.
Okay. Others go out and dance. They believe in dancing.
Dancing is very, very important. Very important in the body because it triggers some hormones, happiness hormones.
Okay.
That some of the, let me say, like the people who miss dance and they feel down. Because of environmental factors.
Very true.
Yeah. You are married and your spouse doesn't dance. What happens?
You dance from the house then?
Alone? It becomes a problem.
Yes,
so you adjust and she adjusts. You meet in the center, at least.
Okay. Managing also suicidal thoughts, as earlier we had shared, is listening.
Yes.
Bring more light on that as well.
Listening, the fact that this individual is mentally ill, the reasoning capacity is not functional. one of the things you have to understand, you get functional impairment.
Okay.
Functional impairment, that just means, I can say, you misinterpret the words that are
being told.
Talk to you. You misinterpret them. Maybe this person is meaning this. Maybe this one is meaning this. And you judge.
Okay.
You keep blaming this one, blaming the other person. If it was not you, I would have done. If it was not, and so on and so forth. So blame game. We help you to manage the blame game. And some of the individuals start stonewalling. Stonewalling just means that you don't want to listen to this individual because this individual is bad.
Bipolars.
You just say, this one, no. This one, no. I'm okay. You are always okay. And some researchers say that not every okay is okay.
Oh, true.
Yeah.
Not I'm fine is a fine.
Not every fine is a fine. It can be a fine when I just want you to get out of my way.
Yes.
But listening, specifically now, it should start from family. You know, like young people, parents should be aware of suicide. The suicide is happening. It is real.
They're there.
And the fact that government, it is a crime. Those who have attempted and they're out of it, they fear to talk about it.
Yes, they do.
Stigma. Now, that stigma remains floating around. So we have a big job to do. But with teamwork, we can make it.
There are people who say people that have suicidal thoughts usually want attention. Is it true? They're attention seekers.
Basically, it's
because of not listening.
Basically,
so if you don't listen to me, I'll post something that will get you people that I need help. I think.
At times it comes through unconsciously.
Okay.
Nobody doesn't need help. Nobody doesn't need to be listened to. This attention will have got lost in childhood.
Oh, we go back now to childhood.
We are going back to Bethany Hospital.
Women's Hospital.
Women's Hospital. That's where we are going in the ward.
Oh, okay.
Because there is one time I went in a certain room. I found the husband hadn't come.
Okay.
And the lady thought that she'll come at this time. So she was bitter.
I've just given birth. Where is my man?
She was bitter, you know. So luckily enough, the husband entered. Still, she remained bitter.
Yes, have to be bitter.
So here, you have to teach both of them.
Okay.
Teaching, that is the psychoeducation. You teach those needs they need to hear. And they need to practice, to put in action. And what might be the result if they don't put in action now?
Yes.
Later in life, which might be irreversible.
Very true.
Yeah. They have liked it. They have liked it. And some of them have posted me some feedback. They'll keep coming.
Very true.
In fact, like even yesterday when we were in the Rugogo, people liked the way of getting to know themselves.
Okay. All right.
We don't know ourselves. You might be here, Dorothy, good looking, but when you are depressed, when you have depression.
Castle, I'm not depressed. I bind it.
In the name of Jesus.
I fear depression.
I might be here when I have it.
Yes.
But when I know it, after my assessment, I follow myself. I had been there for 2 days, said my body, might get tired. Let me be off today.
Okay.
That is self-awareness.
Resting is also part of healing.
Yes, especially sleep. Sleep, you find that people who commit suicide, in most cases, those who have suicidal ideations, because through suicidal thoughts and ideations, you find that these people don't sleep. They are on TV, they are on TikTok, they are on those things, those gadgets, and when they sleep, when they tend to sleep, they sleep with them. And the brain will miss what the scientists are the ones who, this medical area, they describe it better. They say it is called melatonin, something like that. Melatonin, that's something, some chemical that helps you to sleep. They lose it. So it is said that before you sleep, 30 minutes off the gadgets. Yes. 30 minutes off the phone, 30 minutes off the TV. Within the 30 minutes, you can pray. You can chat with your family members. You can do whatever you feel you want to do, but not on TV. Because when you are on TV, what you saw, what you are watching, will remain running in your head.
Yes.
By the time it will manifest, whether you are 50 years, it will manifest either in a disease.
Okay. That's a wake-up call. Every 30 minutes before we sleep, we should always have our gadgets off. Okay. Now, there is another thing where they say suicidal, attempts or acts that come into our lives, they are inherited. How true is that?
Yeah, it is true. Because we have different personalities, and the personalities, we have got them from our parents. They're determinants of our part. There are many things around. Their parents, their teachers, their whatever, their what. But the traits basically
come from home.
Come from home. And if these people are sensitive, or these people normally have a lot of anger, of course, definitely, you'll pass it on to your children.
Yes.
Because this is what they know. Like I told you of if a woman passed through depression,
yes,
you are pregnant, you are low, through the umbilical cord, you share with your child some cells. You know it? These cells will be in the brain.
That's why they always tell us to relax, and think.
That mitochondria, a place there in the brain.
Okay.
Now, if you'll find that these cells, they are 6 cells already. Already it is deposited there.
Indeed.
So if there is a trigger
of
attention and you are not attended to, these people need to be loved. A certain clan need to be loved. Don't you have it in your area?
Yes, we do.
A certain clan, these are like lions. They don't care. But there are those people who need to be attended to.
Yes.
Now, if they miss that one, attention, definitely they'll get that problem.
Okay. Wow, thank you so much, Councillor Jovia. What can we do to prevent these things? You have talked about listening, management, schools. What are they doing to prevent such? Because we have seen also there is a school, I think, they had a case, and it really affected their image. Where a student came back, I think it was after COVID, when they went to, and she wrote a suicide note and she hurt herself. Yeah.
Somewhere there in G, but there are many who don't write.
Yeah.
There are many who don't write.
They leave us unaware of what would have happened.
Who don't write. Because schools would be the center.
Epic center.
Psycho-educate about the signs and symptoms. Schools, within the schools, they are where we can tap the families.
of what our children go through.
No, families, when it is a group teaching,
Okay.
they have come, it's a family day. That's where you can call a counseling psychologist to talk about suicide.
What more call do you have to, how can we prevent this? Now we have talked about the schools. What are churches doing? What are hospitals doing? Yes.
Good enough. Some churches are doing it.
Okay.
They have counseling psychologists like All Saints Church, like Watoto Church. At least those are, them. And others, churches should bring in more of those who can do that work.
Okay.
Because you can't do the spiritual work and you do the counseling. Counseling one individual, it takes hours. It is written one hour. But me, when I sit with them, I find we are going to 2 hours.
Yet they paid for 1 hour.
Because unfolding somebody, you can't leave the wound open. You have to make sure this patient gets insight.
Okay.
And lucky enough, or good enough, I thank God has been positive.
Okay. Are there treatments?
Treatments for?
Suicidal thoughts, apart from therapy?
Yes. Like I said, it is multidisciplinary.
What do you mean?
Multidisciplinary. There are many people involved.
Oh, it's a community.
Yes. The churches are involved spiritually. This person must know God. This person must know God. Must know somebody. There is somebody who is there.
Okay.
Number 2, they are psychiatrists who give medicine. They are medics, doctors who work on the body, biology of a person, these diseases and so on and so forth.
Yeah.
We work as a team. There are many things, because when the mind is triggered, spoiled, the body is also affected in many ways.
Okay.
So I can't be a counseling psychologist and then I detect there is diabetes. I don't know I don't know how to work, so I have to refer.
Okay. Wow. That was thoughtful. Now this comes back to the media. We have done a good job, thanks to Bethany TV, for having to create this, this test that we pass on.
But again, the media, the World Health Organization,
we have done little.
has written or has brought stated that the media shouldn't exaggerate the suicide and make it big and threaten people.
Yes.
It is big, right?
We are creating
but the way they bring it, it is not okay. They say, finished.
True.
No, there is hope. There is hope. If the other person went, then others can survive. Can survive.
Okay.
Yes.
Have you met a patient that almost wanted to commit suicide?
Many.
Really?
Many.
How do you feel when someone has passed that level?
The level, how does this person pass the level? And I am sure others are still on the journey.
Yeah, it's
others
a journey.
are still moving. Even us are still moving on. But when you attach the help with an action, what do I mean? You have to see the goal. You have to set a goal. A goal that this can keep this person moving. For an activity.
Okay.
Yes.
Okay.
This activity, this individual must enjoy it. For example, like I enjoy sitting with you and we talk.
Yes.
We talk and talk. This person can start with volunteer work. And volunteer which you enjoy. Yes. You can volunteer in an area where you find that it hurt you most when you're a child.
And you pass through it.
And you pass through it and it hurt you. So you go and volunteer to help those people.
That are going through the same.
The same.
Wow.
You get that feeling of satisfaction.
It's never too late.
It is never too late.
We shall have hope. We shall continue having hope. Well, thank you so much, Councillor Jovia. I believe at Bethany, this is a +1. So if you're out there and you're looking for a place that you can go and seek, these services, Bethany Women's Hospital, Luzera, and then Tebe branch, we do have all these services.
True.
In a week, how many people do you receive at Bethany?
There are many.
There are many?
There are many. They are in a week. Okay. Or on a daily basis?
No, in a month. You can't say month.
A month. I have to also
be sure
to minimize myself.
Yes.
Yes, I set a goal. I have to see 3 people today.
Okay.
4 people today. Whether they are men, I just leave them for tomorrow.
Tomorrow.
Because like I told you that we have limitations.
True.
I don't want to get burnout. I'm not different.
You need to have someone and get their
problems there,
solved. And,
then we see, I get this person to get insight. Because this individual will be having problems. And this individual has the answers for them.
Okay.
I'm not the one having answers.
It's within you.
They are within that
same person.
That same person.
Very true.
So me, I have techniques. Skills I can use to get you there. Maneuver. You'll find somebody there. Somebody can come in front of you and you start sharing. Share. Reach somewhere, this person who came normal starts crying. Say, eh. Now for you, you know that there is now trauma. There is pain, underlying pain.
Okay.
Like even depression is explained as hidden anger. You have anger, but the fact that you cannot, because of social, cultural, economical, you cannot express yourself.
Okay.
Then you keep that anger inside.
But after it comes out?
Oh, either sometimes in the name of Jesus, but at times it overwhelms you and
you pour out.
You pour out.
Well, thank you so much, Councillor Jovia. Thank you so much for making time and coming to Bethany TV. Well, from me and Councillor Jovia would like to say good night and thank you so much for watching Bethany TV for Health. Those that have missed this segment, please make sure you tune in tomorrow at midday. And trust me, you won't miss anything. For now, good night.
Bethany TV for Health.